Hi, good morning and welcome to our meditation. Today is the 19th of April. I would like to start new meditations on Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 14. Starting a quarrel is like breaching a dam, so drop the matter before a dispute breaks out. So in Solomon's time, water was held and directed by the use of dams and dikes, ditches, or even aqueducts like the Romans built much later in a huge scale. So much of Israel was really dry. So, and being an agrarian society, they depended on water. And a slight opening in a dam could actually open wider by the flow of the water itself, and then it would become a catastrophe. It would be really difficult to stop that water. That's why Solomon is comparing the breaching of a dam, to a dispute. When a dispute breaks out, before the dispute breaks out, you have to fix your life, fix your heart, fix your tongue, so the dispute won't break out. And then when it breaks out, it's like that dam. That a very little problem in the dam can become a flood, a big problem. In my home, in my country, in the country where I was born, in Brazil, to talk about football is extremely important to some people, and they will want to know what to think about this and that game. And you should never write something terrible about that person's football team on Facebook, especially if that team has lost the state championship or the national one. In these days here in France, we are preparing ourselves to vote for the second time for a president. And some people wanted to know what to think about this and that candidate. And you have to be very careful of what you say about a person who is running to become the president of this country. And during the pandemic, we were actually facing a very difficult situation with this vaccine, not to be vaccinated, not to be vaccinated. What do you think about this? Some people believed that the vaccine was from the devil and so on. So sometimes it is actually better to talk about Mickey Mouse than to talk about football if it is going to start a dispute. Because especially if you are a child of God. Proverbs chapter 20 verse 3 says, it is not to one's honor to avoid, it is to one's honor to avoid strife, but every fool is quicker to quarrel. So we are talking about the wisdom of God, because it is better not to talk about it if it's going to start a quarrel. Proverbs chapter 29 verse 22 says, an angry person stirs up conflict, and a hot-tempered person commits many sins. Because that's the problem. When the dam explodes, it is become a sin. You are going to say things that you're not supposed to say. You are going to hurt the other person. And that's the beginning of sin. We know that little sins or big sins, they're all bad. But we tend to think that little sins will become big sins. But whatever happens, sin, the wages of sin, we're always going to be death. Sin cannot produce life. Sin cannot produce anything good. Jesus gives us a very important advice in Matthew chapter 5, verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. God bless you. Be a peacemaker.